your mark, get set, go!
Summer fun means swimming. But before you dive in, stop and think. Let's see what you're really diving into. Along with all the fish and plants we know are down there, there's even more life at the microscopic level. And these guys pack a big punch. You see, there's lots of stuff like bacteria and pollutants that end up in our waters. So you ask, where does all this bad stuff come from? Well, there are those sources that usually get the bad rap, like sewage treatment plants. But there's stuff we don't think about. Stuff that's harder to put your finger on and more difficult to control. There's the natural stuff, like stuff that comes from cows and horses and birds. Ew. Ew. And then there's the not-so-natural stuff, like pesticides and fertilizers. And then all the other stuff that rainwater carries into our lakes and streams and rivers, like oil and antifreeze. All of this stuff can make a body of water sick. And when a body of water isn't healthy, bacteria grows and grows and grows. Ponds with stagnant water, that's water that doesn't circulate, are especially easy targets. The problem is that bacteria can make you sick. And if you have other health problems, bacteria can kill. So, how does bacteria affect you? Funny you should ask. You see, we all have these areas of our bodies that bacteria latch onto more easily than others. These areas are called mucous membranes. Our nose, mouth, and eyes just love to entertain bacteria. Oh, bacteria, you're so delightful to see you at this evening. Oh, thank you, Nigel. You know all the wonderful things to say. And if you have an opened wound, you know, a cut, why, it just shouts out for that bacteria to come and party. Go bacteria, go bacteria, go bacteria, talk about. Bacteria, talk about. Bacteria. We're speaking with Mr. Glenn Buckley of the Sam Houston Area Council, Boy Scouts of America. Mr. Buckley, I see that you have a recreation area there for canoeing and skiing. What about the risk of bacteria?
We take bacteria in the water very seriously here. We don't want any of our kids to get stomach aches or other sickness, so we monitor the water very carefully.
And how do you monitor water?
Now, we sample and analyze the water here regularly, but we'll be increasing our bacterial monitoring to a more regular schedule, and that's especially after it rains.
Why especially after it rains?
As rainwater flows over the ground, into the ditches, into the streams, and finally into our area lakes, the water picks up different contaminants along the way, such as bacteria from humans and other animals, as well as other sources of pollution.
Ah, I see. Contaminants. Ah,